No, no sound.
I am very honored to be here today with all of you. So let me share with you my presentation first. All right. So good morning, everyone. District Governor Anthony Tony P. Parungao and spouse Lana, past RI Director Rafi Garcia, RRFC Virgilio June Farcon, our past district governors, transforming presidents, our Rotarians, friends, and family. Good morning to you all. In Rotary, most of you know me as a member of the Rotary Club of San Juan del Monte. Some know me as an all-star president. For the for my all-star classmates, I just wanna uh, can you give me a hi there? All right. So some of you would also know me as a Discount Talent Night competitor. For my inspiring Zone 7 presidents, they call me the relentless senior assistant governor, and many, many more. So let me share with you who I am outside Rotary. I worked for Creative Impact Inc., an advertising and events company which I founded 7 years ago and caters to many credible brands here in the Philippines. I am also a political communications head of a political office in the 18th Congress of the Republic of the Philippines, both of which I think, modesty aside, have been delivering well on different accounts. So today, I am here with all of you to talk about public image, not just through storytelling, but through effective storytelling. As an advertising and political practitioner, public image in its different forms has been at the front and center of client and brand briefs that I have had the pleasure of working on. In our corporate accounts, public image is inextricably tied to brand image and brand management in general. Meanwhile, in the political arena, public image is tied to a public servant's approval rating to its constituents, a very important metric by which we measure the effectivity of our communications campaigns. You know, being in this industry is not a walk in the park. In my 11 years of practicing, there were many ups and downs. And I say this because there is no perfect formula on how to do it. In fact, there are more downs than up. It is really done through trial and error. And it is up to you to take home those errors that will serve as lessons to improve the next time around. So as you can see, these are the advertising materials or how they advertised before. Remember the black and white TVs, which hindi ko na po naabutan yun. Or the painted billboards before they don't print tarps. They paint the billboards on a blank canvas. They also paint murals of the brands and etc. And then it evolved. It evolved to, well, billboards with printed tarpaulins or a mobile billboard, like Walmart, or a very artistically executed advertising campaign like Cadbury, or an electronic billboard like what you see in Times Square, what we see in Makati, what we see in Shibuya Crossing. So they also have this. They also have this kind of advertising public image campaign where they make sure that the consumers or the people have this kind of experience. They want advertising right now, or we want advertising right now to be experiential to its consumers. Of course, that's advertising now, or then again before the pandemic. But like I said earlier, the times, there is no formula because the times are changing. But it is up to us to embrace and define the now. With that said, I have been pondering how we made every campaign work. And it dawned onto me how our team made it work. And it always starts with the word why. What is your why? The concept of public image is usually taken for granted. And that is why, in my own personal opinion, it is sometimes being executed by many Rotarians as a mere requirement. And most of the time, that intentions show. I'll give some examples. Um, we have RIP. Public image is part of the RIPC. It is part of the awards criteria. So we do public image because it's part of the criteria. No, we should do public image skin deep, not just face value, not just mere face value. We should know, we should think deeper for us to be able to execute more, for us to be able to narrate and communicate further. The reality is public image goes beyond that, because public image is indeed storytelling. And that storytelling should translate to end users of your campaign or to your public image project as you intended for it to be received. Every post you make online and anything you put out in the public will be open for interpretation. And when you or us, when we are not aligned with your why, with our why, that story will definitely be lost in translation. They will not understand what it really is. So I would want you guys to remember this three letters. So V, that would stand for vision. Know what your end goal is, what you want, the bigger picture from that public image campaign. What would you want to achieve in the end? Would you want people to join the bandwagon with you and help the communities for you to be able to help more communities? Or would you want many people? Is your vision for people to be able to create more projects or replicate your projects? So you have to have a vision in that public image project. Next is intent. Why are you doing this public image project? Why are you doing this strategy? Is it to just be there and to look beautiful? Or is it because you want to relay a message to people? Is it because you want people to understand what you saw? Is it because you want people to appreciate life as it is, or the blessings, our blessings in life? Or is it you would want people to know that this is what's happening and we need to take action? The last letter is letter P, that stands for purpose. You need to make sure that for you to know the purpose of your public image campaign. What is the end result? What is your come from this? What is the purpose and the value of your execution? It doesn't mean that the district would tell you, or RI would tell us, to use social media, broadcast, rotary markers, print, etc. It doesn't mean that we do it and we just do it. No, we have to do this with purpose. We have to do this and put to heart why we are doing this, because it will make a huge difference. Now, I am sure at this point, some of you might thinking, what the heck is this guy saying? So, of course, I would like to share some examples. To create social media content sometimes would give a wrong impression to the viewers. Therefore, we should always be mindful on the structure of our posts, and if it will bring you closer to your goal, or well, it might break you if you put it into writing on the wrong way. Social media is a tool where you can easily tell your story, but to communicate it effectively and with impact is another thing. So I would want to share with you some things I thought about Rotary. So some years ago, when I was still a Rotarian, I had the impression that um, Rotary, kinakabahan ako to say this, but but some years ago, I had the impression that it breeds lavishness and luxury. And some even until today would think that way. When I entered Rotary, I would like to acknowledge, by the way, past President Pilar Lee, who invited me and who showed me the beautiful world of Rotary. It is so different. Rotary is different. It's way different than what I thought. Now, if you ask me what is Rotary, Rotary is about hard work. Rotary is about compassion. Rotary is about community building. And most of all, Rotary is about friendships. It's a 180-degree turn from what I thought the organization was. So why did I think it that way? Maybe because before, the only thing I have been seeing, or the only thing that I know, that Rotary is about suits, gowns, hotels, and rich people who were holding tarps, but with heavy accessories, jewelries, and accessories. Of course, I feel threatened. I don't feel worthy. Before, when I see that, I don't feel worthy of being in the organization. Um, but I have nothing against that. In fact, I myself, I like to dress up. I enjoy those fellowships. Those fellowships mean a lot to me. But maybe we can consider that when we post different kinds of fellowships online, we post the purpose of that fellowship. We post, for example, if we attend a TRF banquet, the Rotary Foundation, some would just post, I donated $1,000, I donated $10,000. But it's just that. People don't understand. They just see the money. But if you put the story of, or if you post as if I donated $1,000, I was honored because I donated $1,000, and this will go to this. and Rotary has been helping different communities, and Rotary has been going here and there. If you post it like that, the perspective of people will change, and they will not focus not only to what you're wearing or to the amount of money, but they will focus on the purpose. And imagine if you post or present a Rotary post where you show the value of what we are doing, where we are able to save and change lives consistently, when we relate on how passionate we are in our vision of together, we see a world where people unite and take action to create change, to create lasting change across the globe in our communities and in ourselves. And if and when we are able to successfully put this message across with your content, with our content, that will be magnificent. Always remember that social media is a very, very fluid arena. And there are two things that I would want you guys to think about. Consistency is key, and content is king. Another example, the Rotary International has launched the People of Action campaign where we feature Rotarians at work. So, did you ever think, dare we even try to start to understand what is the why in that People of Action campaign? According to according to my research, they said that this campaign is for the people who do not know about Rotary or why it's relevant to them. We hope that the campaign will appeal to potential members who would want to make a difference in their communities. Those interested in Rotary causes and people looking to establish relationships with others in their communities. In short, it is to show relevance. And also, I would like to add, I think Rotary people and Rotary would like us, their clubs and their districts, to show people that they can resonate with us. That people can also be with us, be like us. We have been told we have been told over and over to tell our Rotary story, and that is to tell the stories of our beneficiaries and how Rotary or Rotarians were able to help the community. And that is what we put in the beautiful photos. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, you all know I like beautiful people. But when you do public image, please put in mind, people are not looking for beautiful. People are tired of beautiful. People would like to know your core. People would like to know what is it in Rotary, the truth of Rotary, the essence of Rotary. That is beautiful to them, not just face value. So I would like you to see some of the social media posts that I have been seeing online that I feel that is very nice. Of course, we have from the Rotary Club, my home club, the Rotary Club of San Juan del Monte. We have from the Rotary Club of Manpasan. We have from the Rotary Club of Mandaluyong. We have from the Rotary Club of Valenzuela West. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, they have been showing the emotions of people, showing the emotions of the beneficiaries, showing the objective, the purpose. And this is not just being beautiful. And this is not just putting face value. This is the truth. This is what's happening. And this is how the clubs took action. Also, as I have been proposing before, it will be nice to share your own Rotary story, our personal Rotary story, why you are in Rotary, your learnings in being in the organization, and maybe how you grew as a person. I myself, my own personal Rotary story, to summarize it all, I grew in Rotary. When I entered Rotary, I have worthiness issues. I didn't believe in myself. But when my elders started believing in me, when my elders in Rotary told me that I can do it, of course, my mom would always tell me I can do it, but she's my mom. Oh, by the way, I would like to say hi to my mom. She's watching from Virginia. Anyway, when people in Rotary tell me that you can do it, I remember District Governor Tony P. when he was part of the district training committee telling me during my pre-pets, I think you will be one of the most outstanding club presidents this year. It it felt good. It made me a better person. And with that, I produced better results because Rotary is a community that supports each other. Rotary is a community that makes each other grow, that gives growth to one another, that celebrates the growth of everyone. And I hope that people not in our organization would be able to know and understand that, because that is the beauty of Rotary. So I would want to share with you one thing we did in our club 2 years ago during the term of past president, now AG Pleshiwi, during the inspiring term. We launched the campaign My Rotary Story, and this is about sharing the stories of the learnings of our members, what they got from Rotary. Because, the thing is, it's not only the beneficiaries that get something out of Rotary, it's also us. I would always say Rotary fills our cup of life. And I think this is important. Why? Because people will be able to resonate, and people would also see, they're like that. Pwede pala yun. Maybe because of your story, you would be able to inspire people to also join the organization. It is important. I would always say that it is important for our viewers to see our organization in human form. With this, it gives them an authentic experience on who we truly are. It will give them a peek of our essence as a Rotarian and as a person. Now, when we create a Rotary marker, the first consideration is the location and permits, and then size. In my desktop research, aka peeking in the Rotary showcase, I found out that most Rotary clubs created markers and said to create awareness that Rotary exists in the community. Let me clarify that I have nothing against that. And I do agree that any campaign that will build awareness to our organization is a step to the right direction. But we can do it better. When I go around in different communities in my non-Rotary capacity, I always make it a point to ask people, may Rotary po ba dito? And most of their replies, ano po yun? Or there were some, or I think one or two, replied to me, dun po sa may plaza, nandun po yun, puntahan niyo po. So I was quite dumbfounded with that answer. And the initial thought that came into my mind when I hear that, uh, they have a meeting in the plaza. And then a little later, I realized that it was the Rotary marker that they were pertaining to and not the organization itself. To these people, Rotary is just a mere marker, a symbol to them that bears little to no meaning to their lives. The question and the challenge then is how to change that. Now, this is just a suggestion. Before we build a rotary wheel, maybe before we build a rotary wheel in a community, let us start with a project. And not just any project, but something that will address whatever is lacking in that community. Ask around, interview people, know their stories, hopes, dreams, and fears, then know their needs. Our projects should have a direct impact to their lives, to the lives of our beneficiaries. Otherwise, it will be for nothing. And when we launch the project, let's commemorate it with a rotary wheel. Only then will people see, or will people be able to associate the wheel with a feeling, a value. Only then can you say that your or our public image project is indeed successful. It is my hope that in the coming future, in the coming months, in the near future, that people would be able to see the rotary wheel or the rotary brand, not just a stone, not just an organization, but a beacon of hope, a symbol that will spark hope, gives inspiration, and promotes goodness. Because that is what we are feeling. That is why we are in Rotary. And that is the story that each and every one of us need to tell. It is indeed our responsibility to be able to properly tell that story. Thank you very much and have a great day.